And this
is your station.
Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM.
Looking for the best in news updates?
Yeah, man.
Listen to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja.
Now listen.
News on the hour, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja.
Good evening and welcome to the Citizen FM News at 6. I'm Lawrence Omoite. The chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, President Bola Tinubu, has described as unacceptable the unfolding development in Niger Republic. President Tinubu, in a swift reaction to the detainment of Niger President Mohamed Bazoum, said all players in the Republic of Niger, the leadership of ECOWAS region, and all lovers of democracy around the world will not tolerate any situation that incapacitates the democratically elected government of the country. Earlier on Wednesday, disgruntled members of the Guard sealed off access to the president's residence and offices, and after talks broke down, refused to release the president. President Bazoum was democratically elected in 2021, taking the helms of one of Africa's poorest and most corrupt-prone countries. President Tinubu, in a statement he personally signed, said ECOWAS leadership will not accept any action that impedes the smooth functioning of legitimate authority in Niger or any part of West Africa. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu is set to travel to Nairobi, Kenya on Saturday to participate in the 5th Mid-Year Coordination Meeting of the African Union, the regional economic communities, the regional mechanisms, and the African Union member states. As chairperson of ECOWAS, the Nigerian leader will join heads of state and government, foreign ministers of the AU member states, and high-level dignitaries at the mid-year meeting, which will take place on Sunday, July the 16th. The president will present a report on the status of regional integration in ECOWAS, highlighting actions carried out during the period under review by ECOWAS institutions. Following its decision to embark on an indefinite strike on Tuesday, the National Association of Resident Doctors has lamented the federal government's failure to address many of the demands that led them to a warning strike earlier in the year. According to President Dr. Innocent Orji, one of such demands is replacing doctors that have left for greener pastures elsewhere, which he said the government promised to quickly attend to, but has yet to do so months after signing the Memorandum of Understanding. The recent strikes comes after the association on July the 5th issued a 2-week ultimatum to the federal government for the implementation of all its demands. In an attempt to avert the strike, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, on Monday held deliberations with the leadership of the doctors behind closed doors. The Nigerian Labour Congress has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the president to revise all anti-poor people policies, including the hike in the price of petrol. In a communique at the end of its Central Working Committee meeting held in Abuja, the Labour Union threatened to embark on a total and indefinite strike from Wednesday, the 2nd of August this year, should the federal government fail to do the needful. The Senate on Wednesday condemned the Monday sit-at-home in the southeast geopolitical zone and asked the federal government to collaborate with the Finnish government and extradite a pro-Biafran agitator, Simon Ekpa, for prosecution. The upper chamber also resolved to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs, when appointed, and relevant stakeholders to carry out thorough investigation as well as bring other sponsors of the acts to book. The air component of the Operation Hada Daji has raided the hideout of a terrorist kingpin known as Alhaji Nashama in Benin Kebbi. It was gathered that Nashama's enclave was destroyed and some of his foot soldiers were killed during the raid. A military report said the raid was carried out following intelligence report that terrorists were planning to launch an attack and rustle cattle. In Ghana's parliament has voted to outlaw the death penalty for almost all crimes, becoming the latest African country to repeal capital punishment, lawmakers have said. The West African country last carried out an execution in 1993 with death sentences handed out for murder and treason. Lawmakers voted late Tuesday to remove the death penalty from the country's status book. At least 23 people have died in a bus crash in northern Senegal. More than 50 were injured. The bus reportedly overturned in the village of Nigoma Sari in the Longan region. The cause of the crash is unclear. In a message on Twitter, Senegalese President Macky Sall called for more caution on the road. Interior Minister is due to visit the scene. And in sports, Super Falcons coach Randy Waldrum said his players are only focused on their group matches at the ongoing 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Waldrum said these are the pre-match press conference ahead of the Super Falcons' second group game against co-host Australia in Brisbane. Nigeria and Australia will meet in the early hours of Thursday in what is one of the most anticipated clashes of the group stage at the 9th edition of the Cup's final. Canada fought back from a goal down to beat the Republic of Ireland 2-1 and knock the debutant out of the Women's World Cup. Irish captain Katie McBeis scored the Republic's first World Cup goal when a superb corner flew into the net just after 4 minutes. The Irish had chances to add a second against the Olympic champions, but they were undone in the first half injury time as Julia Grasso's cross took a touch off defender Megan Cannoli and nestled into the bottom corner in torrential conditions. And that's the Citizen FM News at 6. I'm Lawrence Moite.